Hi everybody. So this is Chemo 4 update or information. So I'm halfway through my cycle for chemo number 4 out of 6. First few days after my chemo are usually pretty good. This time they had to give me some magnesium because my magnesium levels were low. So they gave me some magnesium along with my regular infusion of Taxotere, Herceptin, and Perjeta. Didn't have any bad reactions, so they have that all figured out. It's just my pre-chemo treatment is dexamethasone the day before, the day of, and 2 days or 3 days after. And during treatment, they give me 25 milligrams of Benadryl, and that keeps me from having a bad reaction and not being too drowsy. They found just right amount. So this cycle, what's new is the I'm trying to think of the right word for it. It's the diarrhea that cleans you out. I mean, it literally, what I ate for lunch or what I ate for dinner was out by the next morning. And that's not normal. That's way too fast. So basically, my intestines were completely emptying themselves out. And this would happen over about a 12-hour period of multiple times getting up and having to have severe ass water, as I put it. A lot of people probably put it, but it's extremely watery diarrhea, very hard to control. Luckily, so far I haven't had any potty accidents. My cat's thinking about jumping up. Here's my kitty. Here's my kitty. So I know you want to come up. Okay, fine, come up. He might come up, but so the first time it happened, I'm like, oh, maybe I ate something that wasn't good. And I took the Limodal, which is the pill my doctor prescribes for the diarrhea, and it didn't seem to help. I'm like, I looked it up, oh, 2 days for maybe for it to work. Well, I need help now, not 2 days from now. So then I took, I think it was Petmo, and by the time anything worked, I was empty. By 12 hours, I was empty. There's nothing left to poop out. So, and that, then I was good for a day. The next day, of course, there wasn't much to come out, so I didn't expect anything to come out. The day after that, okay, a little something, great. And then the following day, it happened all over again. Everything I ate from the last 24 hours was evacuated in 12, and that was unpleasant. And I thought, okay, well, now I have the Imodium on board, so I'll do the Limodal and the Imodium, the next time it happens and see if that worked. And a couple days later, time for the big flush out again, and everything I ate from the last 24 hours was out in 12. And the Limodal and the Imodium, I mean, I took it, but I think it would have stopped by itself. It's like after 12 hours of pooping, there's nothing left to poop. So I'm trying to figure out whether I need to be more proactive with controlling the diarrhea. Like, give myself 1 day off of taking the medications for the anti-diarrheal. And then maybe the next day, maybe adding back the Limodal, because that's so kind of it has a longer time for action, I guess. So maybe add that back in, and then as soon as the diarrhea starts, add in the Imodium, because it's not good to eat. I had like that night before, I had salmon dinner with rice. Those are both supposed to be good foods, right, for diarrhea? Well, apparently not. Yeah, my bathroom visits all smelled like salmon. Not good. It wasn't pleasant, and especially not in the middle of the night when you're wanting to sleep and you're grumpy, and instead of sleeping you're on the pot. So anyway, so I'm going to try that. I know it's going to come back. I mean, there's a chance it won't, but this seems like this is becoming a pattern. I've had that 3 times now this cycle. So if it happens again, then I know it's definitely a cycle, and it's probably going to persist, and it's probably due not to just the Taxotere, it's probably due to the Herceptin Perjeta, which I'm just going to be stuck with for a while as long as the treatments continue to work. So I'm going to continue to experiment, but basically what I come to understand is, I guess our intestines become more like irritable bowel syndrome type of things, where things just piss them off out of the blue and then everything goes, you know? So the key is to, keep the intestines from getting overhyped or over bloated. I noticed right before the last two episodes, I got really bloated. And then it was like, uh-oh, this is not good. And all of a sudden the diarrhea started and it wouldn't stop. It just kept going until there was nothing left to poop. So I find that kind of strange that it was the bloat and then the explode. I'm going to do some more, research and experimentation. And if I find something that works, of course I will share it with you, because I don't want anybody else to have to go through this unnecessarily. I mean, it's not healthy. I mean, I'm sure that's why my magnesium levels are low. I noticed this morning after I finished, being emptied out, like I was going to have a colonoscopy all over again, that I was having palpitations, probably a combination of, again, low magnesium levels and dehydration. Since then it's gotten a little better, but that's no fun. And I felt kind of tired, and to be expected after being up half the night pooping every hour or 2 or 3 times an hour, depending on what was going on at that time. But that seems to be the biggest problem with people undergoing any kind of chemo, is the diarrhea. And there's got to be more that we can do to, they say the brat diet. Well, then there's also people saying that doesn't matter. And I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't matter for me. I tried cutting out dairy. It happened anyway. I tried eating only nice, gentle foods. That didn't help. It happened anyway. I tried eating more salt foods. That didn't help. It happened anyway. So it doesn't seem like it matters what I eat. My intestines are just pissed. So the key is to keep them from being extra pissed by having the diarrhea. Because I think the diarrhea actually pisses them off even more, because of all the biles that are going through, just, And I mean, if it's burning your bunghole when it's coming out, it can't be feeling good for your intestines as it's burning through. So the key is to try to stop that from happening, and hopefully letting the intestines heal a little bit. That's my goal. So I'm going to be trying to figure out how the best balance to keep the diarrhea from starting in the first place. Now, when I say diarrhea, I mean the watery stuff that shoots out your bum. I'm not talking about the pudding poo or the really soft poos. If it has any kind of form whatsoever, I'm not considering that diarrhea. If it shoots out your rear like a water hose, that's what I call diarrhea, and that's what needs to stop. If it's any kind of solid, then I'm happy. But if it's shooting like water, it's got to end. So anyway, as I learn more, I'll let you know. But otherwise, I'm doing pretty good. The angular cheilitis is starting to heal. I still have about, today is Tuesday, I think, Wednesday. Anyway, I still have about a week and a half before my next cycle, so plenty of time for things to heal. But the horse is scratching himself. We can see him. Yep, there he is. He was scratching his tummy. It looked pretty funny. But anyway, as soon as I learn more, I'll let you know, because no one shouldn't have to suffer from this. There has to be a way to make this work better. There has to be. Anyway, take care of yourself, enjoy life, do something to make you happy, and share your happiness with others.